Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Word is bond, love is love. Like, comment, subscribe, and do all the above. And if you ain't doing anything today, follow my Instagram. RugerRose23 is the place to be. All right. This video was actually supposed to go out yesterday, and maybe 2 days before that. But yeah, I've been very tired. I've had a lot of things going on work, so I haven't had the time to really do it, so we're going to get it done now. So, in almost 7 hours, is NXT Halloween Havoc. It is tonight. This actually will probably be the last NXT pay-per-view. I don't know how many pay-per-views they even had this year, but yeah, NXT Halloween Havoc is tonight. 6 matches. Let's hop on into it. All right. So the first match we're going to talk about is Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, spin the wheel, make a deal match. And it is Weapons Wild match. What that pretty much is, it's pretty much just another name for you can use any weapon you like. Weapons are wild. All right. This is just another story of the classic story of two best friends that make it to the same company. Both want to be successful. Both want to see each other win. Then they both succeed together, becoming NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Then Roxanne Perez wins. She wins the NXT Breakout Tournament, the Women's Breakout Tournament. Then she gets a future NXT Women's Championship shot. Cora out on the outside is happy, but inside she's pretty much jealous. Then when Roxanne takes on Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's title, she's about to win until Cora screws her up and screws her over. She loses. And then the bitterness and jealousy comes out to what it is. And then here we are. They had a match. How long has it been now? I think it's been a month or so. They had a match. Cora won because of the hesitation of Roxanne. Because Roxanne had she had the skateboard or the bat in her hand, and she was about to hit Cora with it, but she hesitated. She was like, nah, I can't do it. So Cora took the weapon and boom, hits Roxanne with it, and Cora won their first meeting. This is going to be the second meeting. This time weapons are wild. You know what I'm saying? Weapons are wild. But it's all legal. So now I don't believe she has to hesitate this time. I hope that she'll actually hit Cora with the weapon. More so to the point, I got Roxanne winning. I mean, if Cora wins, then hey, you know, but I got Roxanne winning. This might go to a third match. Probably will go to a third match, usually does. When time will tell, we'll see what's up, but I do got Roxanne Perez winning. Next match, we got it's a 5-man ladder match to determine the new NXT North American champion. We got my boy, Carmelo Hayes. We got Wesley. We got Oro Mensah. We got Nathan Frank. And we got Von Wagner. So Wesley beat Tony D'Angelo. Carmelo automatically got a spot in it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Nathan Frank beat Axiom because he beat him in the best of 5 series, and their last match was to determine who's going to get the spot. Von Wagner beat Chase Yeah, he beat Chase. And Oral Mensa beat... Who did he beat? Grayson Waller. Was it Grayson Waller? Yeah, it was Grayson Waller. I believe it was Grayson Waller. So there you go. So how we got here was Carmelo Hayes was the original champion. Then Solo Sikoa came back to NXT. Mind you, he already got pushed into the main roster, but he came back on NXT to finally beat Carmelo Hayes to become North American champion. The problem was, again, he was on the main roster, so he couldn't really hold the title. He only held it for, I think, about a week. Shawn Michaels relinquished him of it and then made this ladder match. Again, Carmelo Hayes had the privilege of not even competing for a spot. He was automatically in it. But Solo winning the North American Championship, he pretty much said it was just unfinished business, something he had to do, which I respect. And I'm glad there was at least something behind it, because it didn't. Because at least the relinquishing of the title was just at least no bias, injury, or whatever the case is. It was just legit. It was like, well, you can't really have the title. You're on the main roster. You can't have an NXT title. So, boom, there you are. All right. I think this is going to be a good match. I mean, usually ladder matches, multi-man ladder matches from WWE are usually good matches. So I don't expect this to be a bad match at all. Who wins? Out of everybody in this match, the only person I see winning is Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes is about to become the only three-time North American... No, I'm sorry, you wouldn't be the only three-time North American champion. Johnny Gargano is a three-time North American champion. So I think Carmelo Hayes would be the second three-time North American champion. Because that's the only person I have winning. Everybody else, I don't really see winning. So I got Carmelo Hayes winning. That's about all we really going to say and do. Mandy Rose, Alba Fire for the NXT Women's Championship. I think we're almost about to approach, actually I believe we have approached a year. We're about to approach a year where Mandy Rose first won the NXT Women's Championship from Raquel Gonzalez at Halloween Havoc. So this is pretty much a year-long reign. This is pretty much an anniversary to where it all started for Mandy Rose. But can she leave the NXT Women's Champion? We got Alba Fire, formerly known as Kaylee Ray. I wish they'd call it Kaylee Ray again, because listen, like, I mean, damn, I would have called it Kaylee Ray, but you know, hey. These two faced, I want to say, earlier this year? It had to be earlier this year, right? I believe it was earlier this year. They fought. It might have been early this year or last year. But they did face before, and Mandy Rose did win. So if I look down at the NXT Women's roster, at the specific moment, there's not a lot of people that can really challenge Miss Rose for this title. So I'm really trying to figure out, will Alba Fire finally get it done? I am not sure, because, again, Mandy Rose title reign to me is just like the Usos. Like, I don't think you understand how I compare everything to the Usos. Like, because when you look at the Usos, who is beating them for the tag team titles? There's not a lot of teams that could beat them for the time. I mean, there are teams now. Yes, I'm glad there are teams now. But in terms of the ones who are in position to beat them, that list is pretty thin. When it comes to Mandy Rose, that list is thinner because there's no women in position. So Alba Fire doing it, I don't know. I always thought Nikita Lyons was going to be the next one to do it. She still might be. But I guess only time will tell. We'll see what happens. But in terms of this match specifically, I guess Mandy Rose walks out NXT Women's Champion. Because again, I really, like, in my heart, I don't feel Alba Fire is going to win. And it doesn't feel like she will, because I don't think she's been built to that point. But we'll see. We'll see. But I got Alba, I got Mandy Rose winning. Mandy Rose wins. Retains. Let's see. Julius Creed, Damon Kemp. Ambulance match. Where if Damon wins, Brutus's NXT career is over. Now, with this match, right? I feel that it's pretty much set in stone what's going to happen. Because I think Julius Creed wins this. I think so. Because, for one, while before Vince McMahon was still here, they were pretty high on Julius Creed by themselves. Like, by themselves, they were fine with... They liked Julius Creed more than like Brutus. So I think there was going to be a point where they were going to break them up. And then just have Julius be by himself and then, you know, give him whatever he needs. Now, I don't want them to break up at all. Because the Creed brothers are a very good team. And they would be perfect for the main roster, absolutely. Because I think it's about that time. I think it's about that time, but is it time? I don't know. I can't really tell you. But I got Julius Creed winning. But to set the picture of how this all came about, you know, Damon Kemp was in Diamond Mine. Roderick Strong brought him to the forefront. Everybody thought at a specific point in time that Roddy was the one that was going to destroy the chemistry or destroy Diamond Mine for what it is. And they were all turning on him. Meanwhile, Kemp was in the background in the shadows like, I'm destroying it from within. And he pretty much did. At Worlds Collide, it was the title unification match. The Creed brothers were about to get it done. Damon Kemp comes out of nowhere. Boom, hits Julius with a chair. And then costs them the tag team championships. Then, Brutus faces Damon Kemp. And Damon wins. So, now it's Julius's turn to get his shot. I got Julius winning. Now, if Damon Kemp wins, then okay, they're going to break up the Creed brothers. Interesting. But that would mean Brutus would go to the main roster. Which, again, I'm not fond of because I like them together. But I guess we'll see as time goes on. But I got Julius Creed winning. The Creed brothers stay together. And then I would like Roderick Strong and the Creed brothers to go to Raw SmackDown together. That way, boom, you got not only a great singles competitor, but you got a tag team as well. It all works out. I'd rather. But we'll see how it goes. Apollo Crews, Grayson Waller. Spin the wheel, make a deal. So we don't know what it's going to land on with this match. But this feud, it's been pretty, I don't know. So they had a match. I want to say it's almost been 2 months ago. They had a match, and they had a match, and Grayson Waller rakes Apollo's eye to the point that it damaged his eye, damaged his sight, damaged the period. To the point that Apollo's been walking around with a red eye for all this time, right? There was a point where he came out, distracted Grayson, and his eye was legit bleeding. Like, literally, blood was pouring down that one eye. I was like, okay. Like, I was like, all right. Interesting, but, I understand, all right, okay. So now they're about to have their match again after Apollo's been pretty much stalking Grayson. Got Apollo winning. I don't know what type of match it'll be, but whatever match is going to be, I got Apollo winning. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for that. Pretty much all I got from that. All this leading up to the main event for the NXT title triple threat. JD McDonough, Ilya Dragunov challenges Braun Breaker for the NXT title. I thought JD would have a lot more to do, or do more. Instead, it feels like he's going to be in the title picture for a minute. I don't know if that's because of Shawn Michaels, because, Shawn Michaels is very high on the former Jordan Devlin. But only time will tell how this goes. Ilya Dragunov returns after being injured for a couple months and having to relinquish the UK title. So now, here we are. Let's see. I got Braun Breaker winning. I got Braun Breaker retaining. Because you know who I could you know who I compare Braun Breaker to? The Usos. Because who's gonna beat him for the title? NXT is so weird in a sense where it's like, I don't think there's many people built up to take either the women's titles or the NXT titles. The tag team titles, yeah, there's a good amount of teams that I can see probably winning it. And the North American Championship, that's kind of, you can literally put that anywhere, honestly. But the NXT title and the women's titles are two different things that I don't know if anybody will be able to take them. Again, Mandy Rose won at Halloween Havoc. She's beating damn near everybody on the roster. Then you got Braun Breaker, who just got back his title on the Raw after WrestleMania. So nobody at this point is kind of built to that. Maybe Carmelo Hayes. I did talk about that before. I say the one person I do believe can go after it now is Carmelo Hayes. So if Braun Breaker retains and Carmelo Hayes does not win the North American title, then I think Carmelo Hayes should challenge for the NXT title. I think that's what's next for Carmelo Hayes, is the challenge for the NXT title. I believe that. I do. That would be a good challenger. I said at one point it should be Tony D'Angelo, but Tony D'Angelo's kind of been on the down, or kind of been a little down lately. So I'm not going to put him in there. Let's see. Maybe if Ilya Dragunov doesn't get pinned in this triple threat, maybe we can do Dragunov Breaker. That wouldn't be bad. We can run that. That wouldn't be a bad match. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes would be my next challenger. But other than that, this should be a good match. It'd be a great match. I do think this should be a hell of a match. Braun Breaker is retaining. I have him retaining the NXT title. And moving on to whatever's next, because I have no idea. And that's it, man. I won't be home for it. I won't be home for Halloween Havoc. I will do my usual. Come home at 3 in the morning, watch it, and go from there. You already know how we do this, man. So until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love support. As always, you already know how we do this. You already know how we get it done. 2 weeks, we got Crown Jewel. So once that comes, we'll deal with that when we can. The card is building up. It is building up. And it's looking not bad. It's not looking like a bad card. We will talk about it when we get to that point. But, yeah. So I got. Until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love support. As always, continuing my 2K23. Something else came out just yesterday. We gonna handle that. We're gonna handle that this weekend. You already know how we doing. So until next time, peace, love, want it. You hear it?